What's going on, everybody? I'm Jiffy Nano, and today we're actually sitting at my streaming setup. So I was at work and going about my business, and I saw that everyone's freaking out over Flak's skill trees were revealed, and I'm super excited. I was geeking out the whole time. I've looked at these already, but I wanted to make a video on it. I felt like I needed to ride this hype a little bit, my hype and the game's hype. We are going to look at Flak skill trees live here. I've seen most of these already, but we're going to look at them. I'm super excited to look at these. I'm super excited to make a video about this. I literally got home from work, took a shower, and I'm in front of the camera. So the first cool part about Flak is his pets aren't his action skills. They are just a passive thing that you get. The Jabber, this one, which is the Jabber sidekick. Flak is joined by a loyal Jabber companion armed with a pistol. While accompanied by the Jabber, Flak's movement speed is increased. Hold F to issue an attack command, which will cause the Jabber to throw a radiation barrel at enemies. That is super cool. Now, each of these pets has a different attack command ability, and then the augments for them change the attack. So we're going to look at his Stalker tree first, because I feel like this is going to be one of his most powerful trees. So first thing is self-repairing system. You get 30% extra health, 2% max health regeneration per second. Super cool. Sick'em. Decreases the cooldown that decreases how long it takes for your attack command to come back. My cat is meowing at me. Go away. And increases the damage by 30%. Awesome. Hunter skills. After shooting an enemy, Flak gains a stack of furious attack. For each stack of furious attack, Flak's handling and gun damage are increased. Stacks decay after a few seconds. This is a lot like Critical Ascension from Zero, but you don't have to get crits, and it's stacked at 10. Really? Sorry, this video is a little like off the wall, and I'm kind of stammering and stuff like that. Usually my videos are pretty scripted, so I don't do this, but I'm excited. I want to talk about these skills. Eager to impress. Kill skill. Whenever Flak's enemy kills an enemy, action skill cooldown is reduced. Cooldown is reduced. Time is reduced. I didn't even talk about the action skill. Action skill fade away. Flak cloaks. Turning invisible, Flak can fire 3 shots while cloaked. Each shot is automatically a critical hit. While cloaked, Flak has increased movement speed and health regen. You get 200% critical hit damage, 25% movement speed, 3% of max health regen per second. It's a cooldown of 45 seconds and a duration of 15 seconds. This is just a roided out version of Zero's cloaking skill. Like, this is ridiculous. You get to fire 3 shots. Each shot is a critical hit no matter what. 200% critical hit damage. You get health regen. This is just a way better version of Zero's action skill. Like, this is just a way better version of it. All my BFFs. This is really cool. You could tell that they're really trying to emphasize team play and a little more synergy between multiple players, because this one is... They did this in a couple of other Moses skills too. Allies share a portion of Flak's total health regeneration. Flak's pet shares twice the amount of health regen. So at 3 points, allies share 50% of Flak's health regen. So while you're in fade away, they're going to get 3%, 5%. They're going to get like 4 or 5% percent health regen, and your pet's going to get the full 6 or 7%, whatever this ends up being. That is super cool. I'm really glad that they're emphasizing on like team aspects and multiplayer, because a lot of the characters in Borderlands 2, they were just really out for themselves. They didn't... Like, Maya was the only one that was that had any skills that benefited other players at the same as much as her. I cannot talk today. Okay, so overclocked. You get increased fire rate and gains more fire rate after reloading. This is similar to one of Salvador's skills. So after you reload, you get 20% extra fire rate. This one's cool too. Lick the wounds. When Flak is in fight for your life, their pet will attempt to revive them. This is amazing for solo play. Amazing for solo play. All those times you played Borderlands 2 and you get downed and the asshole who downs you runs away, now your pet can revive you. I'm thinking that Flak is going to be one of the best solo characters in the game because essentially you're going to be playing two-player the whole time. Turn tail and run. When Flak is moving, he constantly regenerates health, gains damage reduction, while still Flak gains gun damage and fire rate. So you get 17% damage reduction while moving, 0.9% of max health regen while you're moving, and then gun damage. You get 25% gun damage and 12% fire rate while still. That's really cool. That's cool for lining up sniper shots and stuff. That's nice. It's not as exciting as the other ones, but it's nice. This is cool. While above half health, Flak's gun damage and movement speed are increased. You get 25% gun damage and 10% movement speed for just being above max health. Awesome. Cool. Promote survivability. Hidden machine. When an enemy has no target or is attacking a different target, Flak deals increased damage against them. This is more or less the same. This is almost the exact same skill as I think it's Ambush on Zero. Rage and Recover. Kill skill. After killing an enemy, Flak and Flak's pet regenerate health for a few seconds. 8% of maximum health per second. Of missing health per second. Damn. And this is gonna this with all my BFFs is gonna go towards your teammates too. Holy crap. There's so much survivability in that. And then you've got the fast. Oh yeah, the fast and furious, while above half health. So that'll help keep you above half health. And then his capstone, Flak and Flak's pet gain increased damage when Flak activates an action skill. If Flak is full health, increased damage is doubled. I'm not sure what this 20 damage 25 means. It's over here on Hidden Machine as well. So I'm guessing that's some kind of multiplier, or it's a unit that we're not actually they're not actually revealing right now. But a power inside duration, you get 15 seconds of this increased damage. And if your health is full, which you could do before every fight, if your health is full, have I been in frame this whole time? Damn it. You get 50, whatever damage 50 for 15 seconds. That is nutty. That is so good. You're gonna start fights off, and for 15 seconds you get the power inside. You're gonna have until you lose half your health. You're gonna have the Fast and the Furious. For the first few hits, at least, you're gonna get Hidden Machine. There's so much damage in this tree, and if you cloak, so you're gonna cloak, right? You're gonna cloak. You're gonna get power inside. You're gonna have Fast and the Furious, and it's not gonna work. They're not gonna be attacking you for at least 15 seconds or 3 shots. You're gonna have Hidden Machine for 3 shots, and 3 shots. The first 3 shots you fire while cloaked will have 200% critical hit damage, no matter what. That is insane. That is so good. I'm geeking out over here. God. Okay, so his augments, action skill augment, fade away no longer ends after Flak attacks at the cost of critical hit damage, and fade away durations being reduced. This is cool, but I don't know if I would use this one. I feel like the 15 seconds, unless it ends. Okay, now that I think about it, so it reduces the critical hit damage by 50%, or instead of 200%, it's 50%. If it keeps the automatic crits for 8 seconds, you can just lay into something and get crits the whole time. If that's how that works, that's really cool. Not my circus. After fadeaway ends, Flak's pet will taunt, drawing attention to all enemies in a huge radius. For a few seconds after taunting, the pet gains a powerful damage reduction. That's cool. That'll play into Hidden Machine a lot. That way, when you come out of Cloak, you have this happens and you still get the Hidden Machine bonus. That's really cool. Until you're dead, the health regeneration and movement speed of fadeaway persists for a short period after the skill has ended. That's cool, too. 10 seconds? So you get that for, if you were to wait the whole time, 25 seconds, you'd have that health regen and movement speed. That's really nice. And even if you end it, 10 seconds is a long time to have that movement speed and health regen. Unblinking Eye. Successive hits on the same target increase Flak's critical hit damage per hit. Unblinking Eye resets every 3 hits. So every 3 hits, so essentially every third bullet's going to do 75% extra critical hit damage. And it builds every over 3 shots. That's really cool. You can only have... Oh, you can have 2. So if you're using maybe like a Vladolf sniper with the Gorillas in the Mist and Unblinking Eye, in 8 seconds you get... That would be a lot of damage dealt. With the critical hits being guaranteed, that's a lot of damage. Man, all of these Vault Hunters in this game seem so strong. I cannot wait to try these guys out. So these are the pet mutations or whatever they're called. So Beefcake Jabber, Beefcake Jabber. That's silly. Flak's Jabber evolves into a beefcake. Discarding its pistol and equipping a shotgun, while accompanied by the beefcake, Flak gains movement speed and maximum health. When Flak issues an attack command, the beefcake will summon a melee weapon to deliver a powerful attack that knocks enemies back. That's cool. Fucking beefcake. You wax him with a melee weapon. Okay, that's cool. I don't know how good that one's gonna be, but I mean, obviously the pistol is not gonna be as good. Although the radiation barrel depends on how much the damage the radiation barrel does. Gunslinger Jabber. Flak's Jabber upgrades his gear and equips an SMG. While accompanied by the Gunslinger, Flak gains movement speed and critical hit damage. That's cool. That's probably going to be a way to go if you're going to go for critical hit damage. Flak issues an attack command. Gunslinger equips a rocket launcher to attack the target. What the? Jeez, a rocket? Oh, man. That's going to play into Eager to Impress a lot. Just whips out a rocket and blows up a bunch of dudes. You get a bunch of cooldown increases. Damn. Next skill tree. Oh, man, I cannot get over this stuff. Spider Ant. Okay, so this is the Hunter tree. You get the Spider Ant Centurion. Flak is joined by a loyal Spider Ant companion, which will cause Flak to constantly regen health. That's cool. Attack command, which will cause the Spider Ant to charge into enemies. Cool. You get 1% max health regen per second while he's on. Sick. That's nice. Health regen is always helpful. Rack attack. Flak sends 2 rack forward to dive bomb enemies. This skill has multiple charges. That's cool. Multiple charges. So I could just be like rack attack, rack attack, rack attack. That's nuts. Okay. I like this. I like this icon because it's like that old silent film with the moon getting shot in the eye. Anyway. So, Interplanetary Stalker. Hunter kill skill. Whenever Flak kills an enemy, they gain a stack of Interplanetary Stalker. For each stack of Interplanetary Stalker, they gain a bonus to all damage dealt. Additionally, they gain unique stacking bonus depending on the type of enemy they killed. Each unique bonus can stack up to 3 times. Stacks decay after a short time. So, you get 10% damage per stack. And if you kill an enemy, you get 15% action skill damage per stack. That's cool. Robots, you get 7.5% corrosive damage per stack, and beasts, you get 7% movement speed. So the human and the robots, those are super cool. The robot, mostly, depending on how many armored enemies there are or robots there are, having extra corrosive damage to help, deal with the rest of them, super cool. So I actually really like that. leave no trace. When Flak scores a critical hit, there's a chance for 1 ammo to be added to the magazine. 36% chance to add ammo. That's super cool. It'll just make it so you're going to fire a lot if you get lucky. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hunter kill skill. Second intention. Whenever Flak kills an enemy, they gain increased reload speed. This bonus is increased if scores a critical hit. So you get 23% critical hit, critical kill reload speed, and 13% regular reload speed. That's cool. Oh, and it works on a duration, so it lasts for 5 seconds, so you can reload multiple times there. Okay. Hunter's Eye. Flak gains bonuses when fighting different types of enemies. You get 15% critical hit damage versus humans, 30% armor damage versus robots. That's awesome. And 21.9% damage reduction versus beasts. That is cool. Okay. I like that it's dependent on what you're fighting against. Head count. Whenever Flak scores a critical hit, there's a chance their action skill will be reduced. Cool. 30% chance for 2 seconds. That's going to be... Okay, so what's cool is like if you pair that up with the fade away skill, and there's like a 30% chance on all of your critical hits that you're automatically getting. Oh, that's nuts. That's awesome. While there's no enemies nearby, Flak's weapon handling and critical hit damage are increased. This is good for sniping. So you're going to get 20% critical hit damage and 50% weapon handling while no enemies are nearby. This will be good for sniping enemies from like long distances. But aside from that, I don't see... This is not the greatest ambush predator. Two-Fang. Hey. I wonder if this is going to be like the exact same as Two-Fang in Borderlands 2. 25% chance to fire an extra projectile. It's almost identical. I wonder if it's going to be the same as it just like fires twice, or if it fires two bullets at once. Two-Fang, that's cool. Big game. Flak's hunter skills become more effective and have a longer duration. So all of your kill skills and stuff have 30% extra, or 30% more effective, and have 100% have a double duration essentially. That's nice. That's a lot like Zane's capstone. Most dangerous game. I heard about this one. Most dangerous game, hunter kill skill. Whenever Flak kills a badass or stronger enemy, they gain increased critical hit damage, gun damage, and handling for a short time. Additionally, they receive a cash reward from the Intergalactic Bureau of Bounty Hunting. You get 25% increased gun damage, 10% critical damage, 33% handling, and its duration is 120 seconds. Holy cow. And you get cash. That's cool. That's funny. That's a very on flavor kind of skill, and I mean it's effective too. Galactic Shadow. Flak deals increased critical hit damage, and enemies are less likely to attack them. This is nice. This will play into I don't know. I don't think you can get this far down and get Hidden Machine with the amount of points you have. You're gonna have because we're only gonna be level 50. We're gonna have to be very choosy with what skills we take. But the Galactic Shadow and Hidden Machine are gonna work well together. That's a very good synergy as far as skills go. So, Grim Harvest. Flak gains increased gun damage and action skill damage. That's just flat bonuses. That's kind of nice. 15% gun damage, 25% action skill damage. Extra damage, can't complain. Megavore. Flak gains a chance to score critical hit with weapons against any part of enemies. You get a 20% chance to score critical hits on anything, on any part of enemies. This is going to be stupid. Bosses, any big enemy that like has a tiny crit spot. God, that's gonna be good. With snipers, like literally anything. Oh my god, that's insane. That's cool. That's super cool. Okay, so let's go with the action skill augments. Flak. Convert Flak's rack into cryo damage. Okay, that's cool. That's rack open a cold one. Rack open a cold one. Falconer's Feast. When Flak's rack deal damage an enemy, a portion of Flak's health is restored. Okay, that's nice. Some life steal on that. Flock and load. That's a good one. Flak sends forth an additional rack. Oh, he doubles the rack. So you're going to go from 2 rack to 4 rack. Nice. If that effectively doubles the damage, that's cool. Or accelerate. Whenever Flak's rack have increased cooldown and gain an additional charge. 20% cooldown. So that's going to be... It's be like 15 seconds. 15 or 13 seconds. How many charges do you have, though? Like, it doesn't say how many charges you have, but if you get 2 or 3... If you have 2 already, and then you get 3 with an increased cooldown, that's really cool. That's super cool. Okay, so this is your pets. Flak Spider Ant evolves into a Scorcher, occasionally dealing incendiary damage to all enemies nearby. While accompanied by the Scorcher, Flak constantly regenerates health and gains elemental resistance. Flak issues an attack command. The Scorcher will charge enemies. So this is okay. This is probably just going to do more damage. You get the same health regen as you did before, but then you also get 10% elemental damage. All right, Spider Ant Countess. Flak Spider Ant evolves into a Countess, which will cause Flak to constantly regenerate health and gain damage reduction. When Flak issues his attack command, the Countess will burrow underground and emerge, dealing corrosive damage in an area. So this is just 5% damage reduction with the 1% max health regen. And this is like you'll probably switch between these depending on what you're fighting. Like obviously the fire one will be better against flesh targets. The Spider Ant Countess will be better against armor. So that's cool. Those are cool. Not as exciting as the jabber guy with his fucking rocket launcher. Okay, last tree. We've got the master tree. So action skill is Gamma Burst. Flak creates a rift at a target location, teleporting their pet through the rift and dealing radiation damage to nearby enemies. Radiation damage is going to be really cool, really good. I hope it's going to be really good. If it is, then this is going to be awesome. Additionally, Flak's pet becomes irradiated, growing in size and dealing bonus radiation damage when it attacks. Okay. Using Gamma Burst while Flak's pet is downed or dead will revive the pet at a target location, dealing 30% of its target location with 30% of its health, but will double the cooldown time. That's cool. This is one of the things that I'm worried about when they say that like downed or dead. I'm worried on how well the damage and health of these summons or these companions will be, because in Borderlands 2 the turret from Axton was super weak late game, and so was like, unless you like seriously built into him, so was Death Trap. So I really hope it doesn't suffer from the same problem. Okay, so your pet is Guard Skag. Flak is joined by a loyal Skag companion, which will increase Flak's damage. Issue attack command, which will cause a Skag to vomit acid onto enemies. Ew. Okay, first skill, Ferocity. Flak's pet deals increased damage. It's 50% pet damage. Second, Persistent Hunter. Flak deals increases Flak's gun damage and action skill duration. 12% gun damage. 45% action skill duration. That's nice. Go for the eyes. When Flak's pet attacks the enemy, the first melee attack is an automatic critical hit that deals increased damage. Critical hit damage is plus 75%. The eyes are the groin of the face. What the hell? Okay, that's cool. So the first attack is a critical hit. That's cool. So it's, I mean, more damage. This seems to be very based around the pets. Who rescued who? Whenever Flak's pet deals damage, Flak regenerates health for a few seconds. Whenever Flak deals damage to an enemy, their pet's health is restored for a portion of the damage dealt. So you get a 5% of damage dealt into pet health, and you get 2% max health regen per second. That's not bad. Keeps you both alive. He bites. When Flak's pet takes damage, the pet returns some of that damage to the attacker. So your pet just gets damage reflection. Fun. 15% damage reflection. Nice. Frenzy. Hunter skill. When Flak's pet deals damage and when Flak's pet deals damage, Flak and their pet gain a stack of Frenzy. Each stack of Frenzy increases damage. The stacks decay after a few seconds. This doesn't have a duration of which they stay, but you get 4% per stack and a max of 10. So you'll get 40% extra damage at max stacks here. I like stacking abilities, and I don't like stacking abilities. I don't like the decay, especially if it's too fast, because then it feels like you can never get to the point, get to them like the pinnacle of the stacks. But at the same time, when you do get to those like the max stacks, it can be ridiculous. Psycho head on a stick. Hunter kill skill. Whenever Flak kills an enemy, their pet gains increased movement speed and damage for a few seconds. Gets 12% movement speed and 10% in pet damage. For one skill point, this is okay. This doesn't seem super worth it to me. Just reading it. So I don't know if I would actually use that one all that much, to be honest. I like the idea of it, but I don't know. Hive Mind. When Flak takes damage, a portion of all damage they take is shared to their pet instead. That's almost damage reduction. Plus you're gonna be healing because of who rescued who. So that's cool. It's just 15% damage reduction, but it's like flat 15%. It's not the weird calculations that they use. Barbaric Yop. Increases the power of pet bonuses granted to Flak. Just doubles the pet bonuses. Cool. Mutated defenses. When Flak's pet is low health, it gains damage reduction and generates health. This skill has a long cooldown. It gives you 30% damage reduction and regens 40% of max pet health. 15 seconds isn't a super long cooldown. It's not that long of a cooldown, but anything that makes your pets less likely to be killed is probably nice on him. Pack Tactics. All damage dealt by Flak and their pet is increased. Additionally, the maximum health of both Flak and their pet is increased. 15% extra damage and 15% extra health. Nice. Extra damage and health is always nice. Shared Spirit. When Flak is at low health, a portion of all damage they take is shared to their pet instead. This is just if you're at low health, you take 50% less damage. That'll probably come in a pinch. That'll probably help a lot when you're getting your ass kicked. Okay, Capstone. Dominance. Melee override skill. Flak establishes dominance over an enemy, turning them into an ally for a short time. If the enemy is a beast, the duration is doubled. While under the effects of dominance, the target constantly loses health until it dies or the effect ends. Only one enemy can be dominated at a time. An enemy can only be dominated once. Dominance duration is 12 seconds. Target loses 2% max health per second. So you get 12 seconds of pretty much any enemy just helping you. And then it'll lose 25-ish% of their max health during that duration. So that's kind of cool. And if it's a beast, you get 24 seconds, which is kind of nutty. So that's cool. It bums me out that the enemy can only be dominated once, but at the same time, I get it. But imagine being able to dominate a badass like 3-4 times in a row. That'd be stupid. Anyway, so skill augments. While Gamma Burst is active, Flak's pet is surrounded by a radiation aura, constantly dealing damage to nearby enemies. If radiation damage is anything like Bloodsplosion, because when radiation damage, if it kill an enemy with pure radiation damage, they explode, dealing radiation damage to enemies around the enemies that explosion hits. Which means if the explosion is big enough or powerful enough and deals enough damage to other enemies, it's going to cause them to explode and be this chain effect, kind of like Bloodsplosion. So if this does enough damage to start a chain or an avalanche effect like that, that's going to be awesome. Empathic Rage. For the duration of Gamma Burst, damage dealt by Flak is increased. This 20 damage value, I'm not sure what it is, but this is probably good because the duration is 20 seconds, and then if you increase it by 45% increased action skill duration, So that'll be a long time. That's almost 30 seconds that you'll just have this 20 whatever damage increase. Zelda, can you stop? Endurance. When Flak or Flak's pet kills an enemy while Gamma Burst is active, the duration of Gamma Burst is extended and the pet damage is increased. This effect can stack up to 5 times. Dude. 3 seconds per kill. So 15 seconds overall. Plus this. 45%. So you could have up to 45 seconds of the Gamma Burst going. Holy shit. I think that's the longest action skill we've got going so far. Maybe Zane. Zane might have a longer one. Burst Aid. After using Gamma Burst, the Rift remains for the duration of the skill. While standing near the Rift, Flak and their allies rapidly regenerate health. This will be nice for team play. Super nice for team play. Okay, so the pets. Great Horn Skag. Flak Skags evolves into a larger Great Horn Skag, which deals increases Flak's damage and gun damage. While Flak issues the attack command, Great Horn Skag will charge an enemy's knocking in the air. That's cool. 10% damage is but still good. Iridian Skag. What the Flak Skag evolves into an Iridian Skag, which will increase Flak's damage and fire rate. When Flak issues a attack command, the Iridian Skag pulls enemies in by generating a singularity. I would probably take this one over the Great Horn Skag. Just pulling things in, and then like a grenade or something like that. Rocket launcher. This is probably the Iridian Skag's probably the way to go there. Anyway, okay, so that was Flak skills, and dude, they look so cool. I'm super excited to try. I just want to play the game already. He looks so good. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Sorry for this video being much longer, more stammery, and less structured as my other ones. I usually script them pretty well. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments. Also in the comments, if you have any build ideas, let me know. I want to see them. I want to see them all. I want to see all your builds. Let me see your builds for any of the characters. This is on the skill trees are on Gearbox's website now. If you enjoyed the video and thought it was interesting, consider subscribing and check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/jiffynano. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Been playing a lot of Borderlands, and I just started playing Divinity Original Sin 2, or Divinity Original Sin 2. So check out my Twitch channel. Link is in the description below. I do giveaways and stuff over there, so go check it out. I'll also be playing Borderlands 3 a lot when it comes out. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. You guys are awesome. I'll see you in the next one.